I've got myself a super haul of Superman figures that are all looking pretty terrific. How's that for puns? That's about enough puns, I think. Yeah, we're taking a look today at the Deluxe Theatrical Edition figures from the new Superman movie by James Gunn. I believe, yeah, the only one I'm missing is Ultraman from the Deluxe Theatrical line. He really just didn't interest me a lot visually, but these four definitely when I saw them, I had to have them. They really just look amazing in package. I'm so excited for the movie with all the newest trailers coming out. It is unfortunate, yes, that a couple of these are red platinums and did have to pay a little bit extra to get them, but hey, I did support local Canadian retailers in doing so, so I can at least feel good about that. But yeah, we got Superman Robot, we got Superman and Krypto, we got Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju, and last but not least, we got Mr. Terrific. I do hope we eventually get a Nathan Fillion Guy Gardner as well as a Hawk Girl in the 7-inch scale. That would be great. I would love to add those two as well. I am thinking of maybe getting Metamorpho too. When I first saw the figure, it didn't really interest me that much, but I have a feeling after I see the movie, I might have more of an emotional connection to that figure. So, and he's just a standard. He's not part of these deluxe theatrical ones. So, yeah, I might do an individual thing on him if I do pick him up because these are basically like collector edition equivalents. So, you know, they're an extra $10, I believe, than the normal figures. As you can see, they each got a lot of extra hands, face plates. But I don't know. I might have some comments about those as to whether it's enough to justify the premium price. So let's get them out of the box. Actually, before we do that, I want to just take a look at the packaging here because it is quite nice. We have all of them have the same, the same deco on the side. We get a Superman, it's the lettering with an image of David Cornsweet as Superman within it. That looks really nice. If you're an inbox collector, I think this package, with the shiny blue, with the logo. I like the new DC logo that they brought back, the old school one there. You get the Superman logo on the side and on the back. They all have this kind of cartoonish, it almost looks like out of a kid's book kind of thing. It's probably some kind of concept art, which I think probably McFarlane Toys was given to base these toy sculpts off of. That's my theory as to kind of how the process works. I don't know for sure. But yeah, the same thing happened with the Batman Collector's Edition 6-pack. I remember all those were kind of in these cartoony-ish designs. I kind of think this is just what Warner Brother gives them to base the figures off of. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, they look good. They all look pretty good. All right, enough said. Let's get to it. First off, we got Mr. Terrific here, straight out of the package. Just put him in the exact same pose he was in the package. He's looking pretty good. You can see he's got the fair play down his arms. He's got terrific there embroidered on his back. And the two hands he comes with have the T-spheres molded into them. The jacket itself is one molded piece, which isn't very nice because that means you can't take the jacket off. But he looks pretty good, all in all. I don't know about you, but I cannot really tell the difference between these two faceplates at all. Um, I literally just took one off the figure and pulled another from the package, and I have no idea which one was which. I honestly, gun to my head, could not tell you which one was the one that was originally on the figure. This is going to be a repeated pattern, I think, throughout the review of all these figures. They kind of half-assed the faceplates. Like they're basically the exact same sculpt. They're with like the most minimal amount of change between them. These other two faceplates from Mr. Terrific do have a lot more expression. We can see there's an angry face on the left and a kind of smiling, smirking face on the right there. I really like these two. These two are great, and I think I'm definitely going to pose him with one of these. The other two kind of expressionless ones, don't know why we have those, but yeah, these two are much better. He's also got these two kind of open trigger finger hands, so I guess you could give him a gun, or you could just have him in a kind of grabby expression if you don't want his T-sphere holding hands. I just really like the look of it with the angry face. I think him holding the spheres like that, and get a look at the terrific logo on the back there. You know, the suit looks really good. He's pretty well articulated too. Doesn't have, you know, he has the issue where it's a little hard for him to stand. Overall, I'm really happy with this figure. The only thing I would have liked to have seen would have been some T-sphere effect accessories, similar to the ones that came with the collector's edition, Mr. Terrific. But still, with what you get here, I am pretty satisfied. Here we got Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju. Just off the bat, the hockey puck stand that this one came with is a standard black one, whereas usually the collector's editions come with the silver DC logo here. Just bringing him back Mr. Terrific. See, he had the silver one. I don't know if that's just a mistake with my package or if that's something that is common to every Lex Luthor figure, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Lex himself looks pretty good. There was the plastic strap around his suit was really tight and it's kind of left an indentation here because just like Mr. Terrific, there's no body underneath the suit. It's all just kind of this hollow rubber plastic, so it's very moldable. Some of his joints are very stiff too, especially the ankles. Which, as you can see, is kind of hard for both his feet to lay flat, but it works well enough. This baby kaiju is pretty cute, very cute little guy, and I did not expect him to be articulated. His arms can actually move up and down, so that's a little bit of articulation. Oh, and tumble, there they go. But yeah, he looks pretty cute, and I'm happy to have the little kaiju because I don't think I'm going to buy that giant kaiju with 22 points of articulation. Which, no, sorry, it actually only has like 4 or 5. False advertising. Yeah, I'm happy with this little guy. Here are the heads and hands that come with Lex Luthor. You get a fisted hand for his right hand, and then another trigger finger hand for his left hand. He comes with also a trigger finger hand for the right, and then a kind of open, expressive hand for the left. But looking at these head sculpts, again, it's like very minimal differences. I guess the one on the far right is kind of the neutral tone. The one in the middle, he's got kind of a frown, a bit of a furrow in his brow. And then the one on the left here, probably the most expressive of the three, is kind of a little bit of a psycho smirk there. He looks a little crazy, a little kind of happy, giddy, I guess. But, you know, again, there's room for more creative choices here. Like, we could have got ahead with those big goggles that he had in the trailer. We've also seen shots in the trailer of him like really raging and crashing out. We could have got like, you know, big open mouth, just crazy angry face. That would have been, you know, could have had him, you know, raising his fist at the air with the fisted hands here with that kind of head. I don't know. There's just not enough difference between these head sculpts, I think, to justify needing 3 different heads. Yeah, Lex, you know, I noticed too the wrist here is really loose, so it's holding the gun a little precariously. Also, the head sculpts are really hard to get on and off of each other. I may probably have to heat up the joint, within the neck joint. Oh, and Kaiju fell. We'll get him on the next one. I wish Lex came with some more accessories, like the science fiction gun I've given him here. I don't know if he wears a purple suit in the movie, but I do prefer it than just a all black suit that they could have given us. And here we have David Cornsweet's Superman. I gotta say, this one looks much better in person than the photos I've seen online would have me believe. The wired cape, which is exclusive to the Deluxe Theatrical Edition, the standard edition, you just get a plastic cape. But man, does he look good and does he pose good? Yeah, you got the nice yellow S on the back of the cape. Taking a closer look at Krypto here. He's pretty cute. No articulation on Krypto. He does have his own little wired cape. Actually, no, it's not wired. It is just fabric. So, no posing the cape there. It's just going to drape down over him. He's cute. He's got the one ear up. It's a little Krypto. He's not as big as like the Ace the Bat Hound that came with the Silver Age Batman. He's about maybe half the size as that dog, but about the same size as the baby Kaiju, and looks pretty cute. Here are the many faces of David Cornsweet. Two of these look identical. This is the one on the far left that came with him. And I can tell no difference between this one and this one. They both look exactly the same to me. This one has a ever so slightly furrowed brow. And then obviously the one on the far right, has the red eyes, which I think is an identical one to one of these two, just with red painted eyes. So it looks to me like I'm getting three of the same face, one of them with red eyes, and then a slightly furrowed brow face. Again, I mean, I think there was room for more creative variety here. Let's get a smiling face. Maybe give us a Clark Kent face with the glasses on, something different. It kind of is just like, hey, we need to fill the box with something, just print the same face 4 times, give us a mouth open face. I don't know, there's just a lot here that's not doing very much. Superman also comes with 2 open flight hands, but no flight stand in the box to actually make him fly. I'm a little puzzled why there is no flight stand. We've seen McFarlane include a flight stand for even standard Superman figures, let alone deluxe edition ones or collector edition ones. So, and it's not like there wasn't room in that box for a flight stand. There was a lot of empty space behind those extra faceplates, so they could have just thrown that in. If you're gonna give us flight hands, give us the flight stand. Also, I don't really know what to do with this kind of open hand. This I'm trying to get him to force choke right now, like Darth Vader here, because it kind of looks like a choking hand, like a gripping hand. So I guess you could do that, with the red eyes. But again, it's kind of weird with the red eyes because he's smiling. He has like a Superman smile face because it's the exact same faceplate as the other one. So I think an open-mouthed, angry expression here would have suited the red eyes much better. I don't know, it's just bizarre. He also only has one fisted hand. So if you wanted to have him fighting, battling any of the bad guys, well, he's only got one fist to do that. So that's also kind of disappointing. We need 2 fists, or I would have rather swapped this one for a fisted hand. And we got Superman Robot number 4. To be honest, this was the one I was most excited for out of this wave, because really he's just the most unique, and actually one of the most unique sculpts I think we've gotten from McFarlane so far. I like he has metallic paint on his legs and arms. The only downside is he doesn't have metallic paint on his chest, on his head, or on his crotch, so it's only on his limbs. I wish they would have gone the full, just done the whole deal with that blue metallic paint. But it still looks pretty good. He is a bit limited in articulation. His head only moves on the neck joint, at the base of the neck. He doesn't have, a joint on the head to really turn. Single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, he bends at the waist there. There's no wrist articulation at all. The wrist or the hands just plug in and out. So is a little limited that way. But you do get the wired cloth cape, which is kind of this very light fabric material, almost like a light toilet paper kind of, textured material there. But there's some nice posability you can get out of it. Here are the faceplates and hands you get with robot number 4. You get a kind of squinty eye faceplate. You get a slightly less, squinty faceplate. I guess he's only squinting from the bottom of his eyelid there. And then you get looks like a turned off, shut down, sleeping or either dead robot faceplate. Then the hands, you get a thumbs up hand, and you do get one trigger finger hand. Yeah, I mean, the thing here, which I'm going to say, which I think was one of the first things I thought of when I saw images of this guy in box, was give us some extra chest plates. Like the number 4 chest plate here, this is obviously an army builder figure. Give us some different numbers so we can swap in. I don't really care about these faceplates. Like, there's really no difference between this and this to me. Like, I don't know, you get slightly different expressions, but again, just not a good use of the amount of plastic being put in the box here. It feels like we're just throwing stuff in just to try to fill in the box without really thinking about what collectors would want and what they would want to use to build their collection. Another thing too is that the puck stand here also has the silver logo, so I guess only the red platinum editions get the silver DC logo on their stands now. That's new. That used to just come with every collector deluxe edition or whatever, so yeah. I kind of like this pose here though, where he's holding the science fiction-y gun. That's kind of fun. You can get the squinty eyes with him where he's like, hey, who goes there? Or, intruder alert, intruder alert. But yeah, the robot, overall, it's a lot of fun. He can crouch down pretty low. He's got very thin limbs, and he's very lightweight as well. Like holding them in box, he was significantly, noticeably lighter than the rest of them. But yeah, he's, I do like the robot, and I think it pairs nicely with Superman and Krypto. Yeah, you can get some fun poses here, set up some fun scenes. As a whole, as a collection, they look pretty good. They fit in with other McFarlane figures I got here. I just put them up here in front of my Mafex boxes. Yeah, they look, I like how they all look together, especially, you throw in some of these wacky gun accessories from the McFarlane weapons pack. Yeah, they look pretty good together. I may get Metamorpho. Again, I would like to complete the Justice Gang, though, with Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl. I think the 3 of them would just look great together, but I'm happy with how they look here on the shelf. As the first theatrical deluxe edition line, though, I don't think the value is quite here for the price. The next one's going to be Batman Returns, and I swear to God, if they just put a bunch of bullshit faceplates instead of proper accessories, I'm going to be mad. So hopefully those have some more thoughtful choices for what's in the box. So this is a day later, and I actually did go ahead and get Metamorpho. They had them at GameStop, so I just picked them up. Yeah, just wanted to quick throw him in here at the end of the video. Sorry he doesn't get a full-length proper review, but very well sculpted, but honestly a bit of a bizarre choice. This guy should have been a theatrical deluxe edition, and given him the little baby Joe, the same way you gave Superman Krypto, and the same way you gave Lex the little baby Kaiju here. Give Metamorpho Baby Joe. That seems like the most obvious one you would have done in that kind of a format. But anyway, he comes with 2 fist hands, 2 open hands, which I have him here, a little expressive. Very, very detailed figure. Really nice face sculpt and the kind of sad, tortured expression in his face. Yeah, anyways, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this wave. Is the value there? The character choices and the gold edition stuff is a little bit, head scratching. But I do get that, making figures for a movie that's coming out can be a bit tricky. There's certain things under embargo that you maybe can or can't include. And, as the character designs and concept art's all being finalized. So I'll give McFarlane a little bit of a pass here. But hopefully, the next theatrical deluxe edition line we see, Batman Returns, hopefully they nail that one because they have the benefit of hindsight. So let's see how they do. But yeah, let me know. Are you guys picking these up? Which ones are you picking up? Do you like these figures? Are you excited for Superman? Let's talk about it below.